Well, thanks for joining us for this YouTube Friends of Scouting training video where we will discuss how to launch an effective Friends of Scouting campaign at the ward level. Now, there are a few things that you should be aware of with this year's Friends of Scouting campaign. One of those is the date September 30th. That's an important date because that's the date that we're hoping the Friends of Scouting campaign will be completed, where no one else has to worry about the Friends of Scouting campaign. It'll be off your shoulders September 30th. And it's also the date that we want to make sure that everybody has had the opportunity to give a Friends of Scouting donation. So that means that every home in the ward will have been visited by September 30th.
Okay. So you have two goals. Number one, be done by September 30th, and number two, give every home in the ward the opportunity to participate. That's going to take some organization, and that's where you come in. The first thing you need to do is recruit a lot of volunteers. The more people that are working on this campaign, the faster and easier it will be. As a matter of fact, you should recruit enough workers so that each worker only has to visit 5 homes, and one of those homes should be theirs. Then you're going to decide if you want to do a one-day campaign where everybody's aware that the workers are coming around and has their checks ready and gets visited, or if you want to take a week and let everyone do it on their own time schedule. Either way, make sure everybody in the ward is on the same page. And then you're going to train the volunteers according to the materials that you've been given. If they're trained and understand what's happening, then they'll follow through and it'll go well. And then you're going to communicate the timing and the expectations of this program. The best way to do this is to make sure that you have an effective training meeting and that your materials are ready. But it's also important to make sure you have a kickoff meeting. Great way to do this is if you're doing it on a Saturday morning, bring donuts and juice and everybody comes and gets rah-rahed up and then goes out and does the job.
That's right. So just being rah-rahed up isn't enough, though. You got to keep the rah-rah going, and that means communication all the way through. What I mean by communication is everybody in the ward should know that the Friends of Scouting campaign is underway, or that the Friends of Scouting campaign is about ready to commence. That could be done in a variety of ways. Make sure that there's continual opportunity for the announcements to be made in, let's say, sacrament meeting or maybe priesthood opening exercises. There are letters from the brethren that have been written specifically aimed towards for the Friends of Scouting. Make sure that you ask about those so that you can utilize those and communicate. Keep the rah-rah going is what I say. Because it's sad. Some people, they don't realize that the Friends of Scouting campaign even occurred in their ward until it's all done. So make sure everyone is aware that the Friends of Scouting campaign is occurring.
Good. Now Ben's going to talk to you about reporting here in a minute. And each worker is going to report to their ward chairman and to you each week so it can be passed on to the stake in the district. But it's very important that you don't just leave these people out to hang. You need to make sure that they're being encouraged and that you follow up with them. And so if they're receiving a call or a note from you each week, they're going to remember and they're going to go out and get it done. So that's one of the best things you can do is encourage them and keep working with them.
Okay, so let's talk about here, just to wrap things up, the reporting process of the Friends of Scouting campaign at the ward level. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to read it straight from this sheet because it's the very sheet that you'll have in your possession. The reporting includes report the number of homes in each ward, the number of homes visited, and the amount collected. Reconcile and verify ward totals, and turn in the cards with the donations to the stake FOS chair that you're in communication with. Here's a big one. Make sure that there's a completed card for every donation that's been turned in. The Friends of Scouting brochure has a card that should be detached and completed and turned in with the money. Make sure that those are together. Sometimes they're not. They need to be married together. And report and turn into the zone chair, which is your stake chair, each Sunday during the campaign, along with a copy of your Steps to Success worksheet. If you have any questions on that, just contact us at the council office and we'll be happy to help you understand it.
Thank you.
Thank you.